Okay, so I've just taken this position, 20 lots, short position, Dow Jones. So I've actually instructed my subscribers in my private Telegram group that I've taken the trade. So there we are, looking for one last trade in pre-market, looking for the short of the Dow, short Dow with a 10-point stop loss. So you can see that there's been a significant rally in pre-market. And basically for the last couple of hours, there's been a significant rally. It's been extremely bullish. This is a major resistance level here that we're looking at. You can see there, I mean, that was the previous major resistance level, and you can see that it's right on it at the moment. We are right on that major resistance level. So I've been waiting. I did take a trade round about here, and we got stopped out. So we lost 10 points in that. But then I've waited for it to go back and retest this major resistance level. And this is what all my trades are based on, guys. Support and resistance. I would say 9 times out of 10, we trade on the edge of support and resistance. I.e., we wait for it to be retested right on the very edge of support and resistance. There is occasions where if there's a little bit of a consolidation and it's looking as though it wants to consolidate for a little bit, because we know that after the consolidation period there's going to be a breakout. Okay, so that's the reason that I took this trade. So we shall see. I mean, worst case scenario again, guys, is we're going to lose 10 points, and that is one of the key elements about my trading. Okay, is that the stop loss is extremely tight. And the reason that it can be tight is because we are trading on the very edge of support and resistance. Now, if you're not trading on the very edge of support and resistance, it's very difficult to have a very tight stop loss, because you're just going to get stopped out over and over and over and over again. Okay, so that's the reason that we can apply these small, very tight stop losses, because we are trading right on the edge of support and resistance. Okay, so we've got a nice little pullback here. Okay, good. I mean, I've chosen, actually, I said a 20 point, didn't I? I've actually changed that to a 30. I've said a 20 point take profit, so let's change that. So that's the reason that we can apply these very tight stop losses, is because we trade right on the edge of support and resistance. And again, that's the great thing about following my trades or copying my trades, is that, 9 times out of 10, when you go into a trade, you know that on the Dow Jones, for example, you know that if it's a red trade, the most you're going to lose is 10 points. Okay. Now, from a psychological standpoint, it's absolutely fantastic to know that every time you go into a trade on the Dow, that worst case scenario is 10 points. Okay. So, as I said, the only reason that we can apply such a tight stop loss is because the majority of the trades that I take are based on the very edge of support and resistance. Okay, so that is the reason. I mean, there's been a significant rally for the last 2 hours, so we are due a pullback. Okay, we are due a pullback, but just because we're due a pullback doesn't mean that we shouldn't apply, that risk management, because just because a pullback is due, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen now. It might rally another 50 points and then the pullback happens. Okay, so that's the reason that we can apply such a tight stop loss, guys. And if you're not trading on the very edge of support and resistance, it's very, very difficult to apply such a tight stop loss. So we'll come back to this in a bit. Hopefully we'll take profit on it. It's not been the best day for trading, but hopefully we'll take the 10 points and then cover the previous loss, because the previous trade was a 10-point loss. We got stopped out. Okay, so hopefully this will get covered. So we shall come back to this. Okay, so it's starting to look as though we are going to get stopped out on this trade. It keeps making new highs. You can see there, -6, -7. So we're literally 3-4 points away from getting stopped out. I wouldn't change the stop loss, because if it goes 10 points past our entry and it's broken resistance, okay, because that's a major resistance level. If it actually breaches that, if it breaches 10 points past that area, it could breach 100 points past that area. Okay, so that's the reason for the tight stop loss. So, but as I said earlier on, guys, when you trade with me, in my private Telegram group, you're trading with a very, very tight stop loss. So you know what you're going to lose potentially every time you enter a trade. I'll give you a stop loss, I'll give you a take profit. And I would say we're more than likely going to get stopped out here. I'll be surprised if we don't, because it is still bullish, but we're already committed to the trade. I'm not gonna cut the trade now. I would rather wait, because potentially there might be a beautiful pullback. Okay, so 10 points is not a lot to lose. So I would rather, instead of just taking the 4-point loss now, I would rather wait and risk the 10 points, because we might get a beautiful pullback, and we might take profit in the next 5-10 minutes. You never know. So you've got to allow your position to breathe a certain amount. I think we are going to get stopped out here. Look, I'm pretty sure of it. But I mean, as I said, I'm sticking to my discipline here. I'm not going to cut it at 6 points and then maybe there's a pullback. The whole plan for this trade was to apply a 10-point stop loss, and I'm sticking to that, and to apply a 20-point take profit. So, it is what it is. If we're going to get stopped out, we're going to get stopped out. But it's not a huge drama. It's not like we're getting stopped out, 50 points. It's 10 points. We are going to get stopped out here. Look, it keeps challenging it. We were -8 there, so 2 points away from getting stopped out. If we don't get stopped out, I'll be extremely surprised, because it is making new highs. So the market actually opens in just over 15 minutes. Normally I wouldn't hold a trade that I've taken before the open and hold it through the open, but in this case I in this case I will, because there's been such a significant rally in the last 2 hours. There's a really, really good chance that there'll be a very good pullback on the open. So good, I might actually increase my take profit to 30 points. That's providing I don't get stopped out in the meantime. So sometimes you can get stopped out so quick, so I might not even have time to record it. Okay, I'll try and record it. We can't have a YouTube video that lasts 15 or 20 minutes. Nobody's going to watch it. That's the reason we've got to make them 8 to 10 to 12 minutes max. So let's come back to this and we'll see how we get on. We might just come back with the result and not the actual trade, but we shall see. Okay, we shall see. But the important point, guys, here is discipline. I have a plan and I'm sticking to it. That plan is a 10-point stop loss, because I'm trading on the edge of support and resistance, and I'm looking to take a 20-point take profit. Okay, the only thing that I will change if I'm not stopped out before the open is I'll change the take profit from 20 points to 30 points. So let's hope we come back soon and we've taken profit. Okay, looks like we're just about to get stopped out. We were 1 point away there. I said earlier on, I thought we would get stopped out. I think it's going to happen now. Literally 1 point away again. Yeah, I was being optimistic there. So stop loss filled. So it's not very often we get a red day in my Telegram group. This is one of those days where we are red so far. I mean, it's not a big hole. We're down 25 points overall, so we'll definitely make that back over the course of the session. It'll be easy to make that back. But you can see there, guys, why I took the trade. We took the trade just about here on that major resistance level. Hence why we were able to take such a tight stop loss. So this is what you get, guys, when you trade with me. When you go into these trades, especially on the Dow, that the max you're going to lose in that trade is 10 points, which is fantastic, because it's very easy to be down 50 points on the Dow. So see you guys again very, very soon for another video. It's been a while since I've put a video out where I've taken a loss, but we take losses all the time, guys. We take losses all the time. This is why risk management is so important.